So my name is Suhrud Rajguru. I'm a professor at the University of Miami. And my lab, the neurotherapeutics lab, studies hearing loss and balance dysfunction. And we develop therapeutics to address the loss of these sensory systems. So one of the things that I'm really excited about is an approach that we have sort of developed and pioneered in the lab of using therapeutic hypothermia or cooling for neuroprotection. And we actually apply that to the inner ear across different traumas to preserve hearing and balance functions long term. The other thing that we are really excited about working in the lab and collaborating with institutions across the United States is to develop a new type of neuroprosthetics that actually use light instead of electrical current to stimulate the neurons. And we're applying that, for example, in first-in-human clinical trials in cochlear implant patients at the university. So, for example, sensory loss, such as hearing loss, loss of balance, dizziness, and ringing affect all of us, right? And particularly in spinal cord injury patients, we know that there's also changes with cardiovascular system, heart rate and blood pressure changes that they have to deal with. And we know that, for example, the inner ear, the vestibular system, which is what helps us keep our balance, plays an important role in maintaining some of these functions. So understanding and preserving these functions long term is also going to help patients that come to Miami Project, those who have spinal cord injuries. Growing up, I saw my grandparents, for example, struggling with many different diseases and disorders that were related to neurological disorders and neurocognitive decline. So that sort of sparked my interest in science and learning about medicine, and specifically at the interface of medicine and engineering, where we can develop new types of devices, drugs, and therapeutics to be able to benefit patients. And what gets me excited about coming to the University of Miami and the Miami Project in particular is to be able to leverage the amazing resources that we have over here, but also be able to work in interdisciplinary environment where trainees such as our students, staff, scientists can come together with surgeons, physicians, audiologists, and other clinicians that are working to tackle big problems, work in these big teams and so solve these big human health issues that we're trying to tackle. One of the things that, for example, we're doing along those lines is really developing a new program in neural engineering, where Dr. Dietrich, the scientific director of Miami Project, and myself are leading new graduate programs in neural engineering, working with industry, working with our research partners, working with other institutions to really train the next generation of the workforce. So these are some of the things that really excite me.